All right, everyone, welcome back. We will be discussing a new chapter in accounts today, and that is going to be rules of debit and credit. All right, I think we have completed accounting equation in the last class, no? And everybody is clear about the accounting equation. Do you guys have any doubt? You want to ask anything in the accounting equation part, or shall we proceed with the new chapter? Let me know, please. Help Halima, Mazen, Peer, and Steve.
Let's go to the new chapter.
All right, Mazin, what about you? Do you have any doubt? You want to ask anything? Peer, you want to ask anything? Steve,
No, sir, no doubt.
No, sir.
have
Nothing.
have all of you got the assignment and the Nishkash have whether Nishkash have shared the assignment with you all? I have basically made the assignment based on the accounting question. Have
Yes,
you
sir,
have
we
everyone have
I
received? Okay, all right.
received, sir.
So try to attempt those questions and please let me know if you guys have any doubt. If you face any difficulty, do let me know. All right. Okay, so let's start with the accounting. Let's start with the rules of debit and credit. In this chapter, first of all, we will be discussing about before understanding what is a debit and what is credit. We will first be discussing about the accounts. So, what is accounts? See, accounts is basically a summarized record of transactions at one place relating to a particular head. See, this is what I think I have already told you that in business there are numerous business transaction takes place during the period of 1 year, right? There are transaction relating to sales, purchase, cash inflow, bank outflow, and every kind of transaction. There are so many transactions that take place in the in basically during the period of 1 year. So why do we prepare accounts? We basically prepare account just to basically summarize or classify the transaction at one place. Every similar transaction are recorded separately. Let's say you have sold goods to numerous number of customer. What we will be doing, we will make a separate sales account, right? If you have purchased goods from numerous number of parties, so what we will be doing here, we will be making different kind of separate purchase account for all the purchases. Purchase account will indicate only purchases, right? Sales account will only indicate value of sales. All right, so accounts are basically summarize record of transaction at one place relating to a particular transaction or a head. Sales transaction will be recorded separately in sales account. Purchase transaction will be recorded separately in the purchase account. Similarly, expenses are recorded at separately in the expenses account. Revenues are recorded separately in the revenue account. Assets are recorded separately. Liabilities are recorded separately. So for every kind of transaction, for every similar transaction, we make different accounts. So accounts, what does account do? Basically, account record or summarize. Account is basically summarize record of transaction at one place relating to a particular head. All right. uh, okay, see, accounts can be further classified. There are basically ways of classifying the accounts. There is a modern accounting approach of classifying the accounts, and there is a traditional way of classifying the accounts, right? According to the modern accounting approach, we classify the accounts as follows. We classify the accounts as assets, liability, expenses, revenue, and capital. This is the modern way of categorizing the classifying the accounts. So basically there are 5 accounts according to the which approach? Modern accounting approach. But there is one more approach of categorizing the accounts, that is called traditional approach. And according to the traditional approach, there is only 2 kind of account, that is personal account and impersonal account. Is it clear, everybody? Accounts, what is accounts? Accounts is basically a summarized record of transactions which contains similar transaction relating to a particular head at one place, right? Transaction relating to sales will be recorded separately in separate account. transaction relating to cash will be recorded separately in separate account. Bank will be recorded separately in separate account. So we make separate accounts, separate heads for different transactions. Just to facilitate that, sometimes if we want to know the value of purchases only, let's say I just don't want to know the I don't want to know everything about the business, I just wanted to know the sales position of the business. So if I make the account for sales separately, it will be easier for me to identify the value of sales, right? Similarly, if I just wanted to know the position of cash of business, I can directly go to the cash account and can basically know the position of cash. If I wanted to know the position of bank balance, I can directly access the bank account in order to get the required information. So basically what accounts does, accounts summarizes the transaction at one place, and accounts can be classified into various parts depending upon the approaches. Basically, there are how many approaches? There are two approaches of classifying the account. Number one is modern accounting approach, and there is traditional accounting approach. Tell me, according to modern accounting approach, how many types of accounts are there? Modern accounting approach have identified the how many types of accounts? 5 types of account. Number one is, tell me, number one is assets,
Assets,
expenses,
liabilities,
liability,
expenses,
expenses.
revenues, and capital.
Perfect, very good. And according to the traditional accounting approach, there are only two accounts, that is personal, impersonal, right? Now moving on, what traditional approach has further done, it has categorized the personal account into 3 parts. Primarily traditional approach categorize the account into 2 parts only, personal, impersonal. Now personal have been categorized into 3 more categories: natural personal account, artificial personal account, and representative personal account. And impersonal account has also been categorized as real account and nominal account. So basically, according to the traditional approach as well, there are 5 types of account. According to modern approach also, there are 5 types of account. Is it clear? According to the modern approach, asset, liability, expense, revenue, capital. According to the traditional approach, you can see there are 5 kind of account: natural, personal, artificial personal, representative personal, and we have, in case of impersonal, real account as well as nominal account. So we will be first discussing about this part only. We will discuss the modern accounting approach. We will learn about different kind of accounts based on the modern accounting approach: assets, liability, expenses, revenue, and capital. All right. And after that, we will be discussing about the traditional accounting. So we will do that later. For the time being, we will only be discussing about the modern accounting approach. All right. So in order to understand the concept of account, what we will be doing, we will first categorize all of these transactions, all of these basically assets and liability, expenses, and revenue, all of these things in different account: assets, liability, expenses, and revenue. Give me a minute. Just a minute. See, so we are done with the meaning of accounts. Accounts in according to modern accounting approach. Modern accounting approach can be of 5 types. It can be an asset account or a liability account. Then there can be a revenue account, expense account, all right, and there is capital account. Now what we have to do, I am giving you certain transactions, certain items basically, you just have to basically identify in which account it will be put. Items, you just have to identify whether it will be kept under the asset account, liability account, revenue account, asset expense account, or a capital account. All right, so these are the transactions. We just have to identify in which category, in which account they will be recorded. See, tell me, if it is land, see, first of all, read the question. Following accounts are being maintained in the books of Shri Ashok, right? Classify them under the asset, liability, expense, and revenue. All of these transactions, all of these items needed to be classified into assets, liability, expense, revenue account only. So tell me, land is a white land is what? Land is asset, liability, expense, or revenue? Tell me.
Asset.
Asset, correct. So because it is an asset, it will be recorded in which account? Asset account, liability
Capital.
account. Sorry.
Asset account.
Asset. It will be recorded in the asset. Now only that student will answer whom I will ask the question. Okay, Halima, you answer. Building will be recorded under which account? Asset, liability, expense, revenue. Building.
Asset.
Asset. Perfect. Mazin, now tell me, salary. Salary is what? Salary is asset, liability, expense, revenue, or a capital. First of all, identify this. Salary is what? Salary is an expense. It is a revenue. It is basically a capital, liability, or asset.
Expense.
Expense, correct. So because salary is an expense, it will be recorded in which account?
So in liability.
Expenses are recorded. See, there are 5 kind of accounts. Mazin, pay attention. There are 5 kinds of account. Number 1 is asset account, liability account. Then we have expense account. We have made a separate account for expenses. Then we have revenue account. Then we have capital account. So all the expenses will go to the expenses account.
Yes.
All the assets will go into the assets account.
Yes.
All the liability will be recorded in the liability account. As simple as this.
Yes.
All right, now Peer, your turn. Tell me, debtors. Debtors are what? Debtors are asset, liability, expense, revenue, or capital. Asset, correct? Because it is asset, it will be recorded on the assets account.
Assets account.
Is it clear? Now,
Yes, sir.
now Steve, tell me, bad debt. What is a bad debt? See, bad debt is something. Suppose I have I have sold goods to Mazin on credit. For example, I have sold goods to Mazin on credit. All right, I have sold goods to Mazin on credit for rupees 5,000. I have sold goods to Mazin on credit for rupees 5,000. Out of this 5,000, Mazin have repaid 4,000, but he is not paying me 1,000. He is denying to pay 1,000 because he is not agreeing to give me rupees 1,000. It will be known as bad debt because Mazin is not giving me 1,000. He's basically denying to repay 1,000 rupee. So it will be treated as bad debt. Basically, bad debt is a kind of loss. It is a kind of expense. All right. So Steve, tell me where we will record bad debt. In which account bad debt will be recorded? Steve.
In debit.
In the
Debit.
there is no debit account. Sorry. Bad debts are where it will be recorded: expense account, asset account, liability account, or a revenue account. It will be recorded in the assets account, Steve. Right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Similarly, now let's ask again from Halima. Halima, what is depreciation? Depreciation is it an expense, asset, liability, revenue? What is depreciation? And where it will be recorded?
Depreciation mean that loss?
Yeah, depreciation is basically reduction in the value of asset. Suppose you have bought, suppose I have bought this mobile phone an year ago, right? An year ago it was of rupees 15,000, right? But now it is only of 10,000. So because of passage of time, there is a reduction in the value of asset, which is called depreciation. My mobile phone has been depreciated by 5,000. So depreciation is a kind of Depreciation is a kind of expense. Depreciation is reduction in the value of asset over the period of time. Depreciation is a kind of kind of expense. So tell me where it will be recorded.
In expense account.
Correct. Freight are basically charges on transportation. Tell me, Mazen, where we will record freight.
Where
Where?
it's freight or flight?
Freight. F-R-E-I-G-H-T, freight.
Like how is it different from transportation? That
This is a
has different
transportation
name.
cost. This is a transport. Suppose you have basically transporting goods through truck, right? So the amount that you will pay to the truck owner is basically called freight.
So this will be expense.
This is an expense, right?
Expense account.
Okay.
Expense account. All right. And Peer, tell me how we will treat goodwill. Goodwill is an asset, expense, liability. What? Goodwill is what? Peer. Goodwill is what? Goodwill is an asset. Asset, correct? So we will
asset.
record it in the asset account. All right.
Yes, sir.
Next, investments. Investments are
Sir,
what?
Goodwill is like what, sir?
Goodwill are
for what?
basically reputation of the business. Goodwill
No.
is basically name and fame of the business. This is basically asset for the
Uh,
business. So we will
okay.
record it on the
Asset.
asset. Next, identify the second item. Investment. Halima, you tell me. Investment are what and where it will be recorded?
Sir, investments are assets.
Correct. So it will be recorded on the asset account.
Sir, investment capital can be capitals also, no?
No, investment are, in this case, investment are not capital. Capital is always given by the name of capital only. Investment are basically you have invested certain amount in, so let's say you have invested certain amount in certain shares, or you have invested in the mutual funds, debenture, or anything like this. All right.
Okay.
See, so how do we do such questions? First of all, in order to do this question, what we will make, we will basically draw basically table like this: item, nature of item, and account where it will be put. So like let's talk about investment. So investment is our item, and investment are basically what? Investment by nature are our assets, correct? So it will be recorded in the assets account. All right, everyone. Similarly,
Yes,
interest
Yes.
received. All right, interest received. What is interest received? Sir, interest received is basically what? Is our expense or revenue? Expense or revenue? Revenue. Because it is a revenue, we will record it in the revenue account. So basically what we have done, we basically have made a separate account for separate kind of transactions, and based on different transaction, we have identified that there are 5 kind of account that we can make according to the modern approach. So modern approach basically says that there can be only 5 account: asset account, liability account, revenue account, expense account, or it can be a capital account. Moving on, bank overdraft. What are bank overdraft? Can anyone tell me bank overdraft? Bank overdraft simply means that you have withdrawn the amount more than the amount you have in the bank.
Yeah.
Whenever you withdraw the amount in excess of the bank balance, that is called bank overdraft. Let's suppose you have bank balance of 5 lakhs, right? But you have withdrew, let's say you have withdrawn 5,50,000. Bank has allowed to withdraw 5,50,000. So 50,000 is in excess of the bank balance you were having. So 50,000 will be treated as what? This will be treated as overdraft, right? And because you have overdrawn you only have 5 lakh and you have overdrawn 50,000. So this is basically a liability upon you that you will have to repay to the bank. All right. So overdraft are basically what? Overdrafts are basically liability, and therefore it will be recorded in the liability account. There is a separate account for a liability account. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
now there is creditors. This is easy. Who are creditors? Creditors are assets, liability,
Liability.
expense, liability, correct? So it is simple. Creditors are, because these are our liabilities, sorry, liabilities. So it will be recorded on the liability side, liability account. It will be recorded on the liability account. Moving on. Next is capital. Capital is what? Capital is basically amount invested by the owner. So capital are basically categorized, identified as capital only. Capital are capital itself. And therefore we make a capital account. It will be recorded in the capital account.
So, sir, only if they say only capital, then only will come as under capital.
Correct. Capital will be, no, there are other transactions as well. Suppose you have withdrawn funds. If you withdraw funds from the business for personal use, it will reduce the capital, right? When we withdraw funds for personal use, it reduces the capital, so it will also be recorded in the capital account. So withdrawals are also of capital nature.
Oh, so, drawings capital or no?
Drawings, this is what I'm talking about.
Okay,
Drawings
okay.
are of capital nature as well. Motor vehicle, tell me, motor vehicle is what? Motor vehicle is what?
Assets.
Assets. Very good, very good. And because it is asset, it will be recorded in the assets accounts. Simple. So in this case, in this example, we just had to basically identify that which kind of item it is and where it will be, in which account it will be recorded, right? So we have, I think we have covered everything. Wages are what? Wages are our expenses. So it will be recorded on the expenses account. Similarly, repairs are what? Repairs are also expenses. It will be recorded in the expense account. Everybody clear about this?
Yes.
So these were around 16. Yeah.
Expense account, which is where, sir? Asset, liability, or capital?
Expense account is a separate account, Peer. There are 5 accounts, right? Asset, liability, expense, revenue, and capital. All right. So because you have spent, if you have making expenses, wages, repairing, right? Like salary, these are all expense, freight, these are all expenses. So we will identify these items as expenses and it will be recorded in the expenses account.
Okay, sir.
So in exam, how do you present this? You can present it like this. So we have 5 accounts: asset, liability, capital, expense, and revenue. Land will be recorded in the asset, right? Because it is an asset. Similarly, investment are also asset, buildings are asset, debtors are asset, motor vehicles are asset, goodwill are asset. Okay. In case of liability, bank overdraft are liability, creditors are liability. So in liability, we have only two items. In capital, we have only one item as capital. In expenses, see, salary is expense, bad debt is an expense, depreciation is an expense, freight, wages, repairs, all of these are expenses. So we have put it in the separate account known as expense account. And then we have revenue. Revenue is basically the amount, basically your earnings. So we have made a separate account for that also. This is called revenue account. So look closely and try to understand that every account that we have made, asset, liability, capital, expenses, and revenue, every account is basically containing the similar transaction. See, asset account is basically containing the transaction relating to assets only, right? Items relating to assets only. Liability account contains the items relating to liability only. So let's suppose you just wanted to know the total amount of expenses, from this table, from this question. So what you will have to do, you will have to go and check each and every item and you have to pick that this is an expense, then this is an expense. All right, then moving on to the next next column, then this is our expense. So you will have to identify each and every item. But once you make an account, it will be easier for you to identify the expenses of the business. We just go into the relevant account, expense account, and we can directly calculate, can directly find out what are the different kind of expenses business is incurring. Similarly, if we want to know the value of assets, we will just go to the assets account and we will be able to find different kind of assets of the business, right? So making an account makes it easier for us to identify different kind of asset, liability, capital, expenses, and revenue of the business. Is everybody clear about this? Peer, Steve, Halima,
Yes,
and
sir,
everyone
clear.
else.
Yes, sir.
Very good, guys. Let's move further, and we will do a similar question just to evaluate whether you have understood everything or not. So try attempting this question on your notebook, please. And then I will ask you and you will answer one by one. So no need to note everything down. You just prepare a column like this: asset, liability, capital, expenses, and revenue, and just put the relevant item into the relevant column. Plant
Okay,
and
sir.
machinery, because it belongs to the asset, so it will comes under the assets. All right, so note it down. Sorry, solve this question, and I'll ask you the value of asset. Yeah, I'll basically ask you the how many items are under the assets and how many items are under the expenses and revenue and all. So everybody try to attempt this question. I'll give you 5 minutes is enough, I think. You'll be able to do this question in 5 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, try attempting this
Yes, sir.
question. Do let me know if you want to ask anything. I'm here. Discount
Sir,
received.
advance income will become liability, no?
Correct. Advance income is a liability.
Sir, will
Yeah,
where
yeah,
it will be, sir?
yeah.
Rent.
Rent. Sorry. Rent is
Yes, sir.
what?
Rent.
You tell me, rent is what, Peer?
Expense.
Rent. You just identify
Sir,
rent is
is
an
it
asset, liability, expense.
expense?
Yeah, right. This is an expense.
Expense.
Perfect. Very good. Discount received is what?
Asset.
Discount received is not our asset. Discount received is our basically revenue. Discount received basically that you were purchasing something at rupees 5,000. The basically retailer is giving you discount of rupees 1,000 and you will only have to pay 4,000 now. So this is what? This is your revenue. This is your profit, kind of profit, no?
Yes.
So discount received is a revenue. What are carriage inward, anyone? Halima, can you tell me what are carriage inward? Carriage in, let me tell you guys, carriage inward is basically shipping cost. Whenever firm or a company purchases something, and the cost of shipping that they will have to bear on purchase of certain goods from the supplier, this is called carriage inward. Transportation cost that will be involved on shipping the goods or purchasing the goods from the supplier is basically called carriage inward.
So it will become
Amount,
expenses.
correct, it will be an expense. Similarly, carriage outward is simply means expenses on shipping goods to the customer. So carriage inward is basically cost
So
of
carriage outward will be
purchasing,
liability.
transportation cost of purchase, and carriage outward is basically means transportation cost of sales. When we sell it to the customer, we have to incur some shipping charge, that is called carriage outward. And when we purchase the goods from the supplier, then also we have to incur certain amount of shipping charge, that is called carriage inward.
So sir,
So
will carriage outward become
both are
li-
expenses, carriage inward and carriage outward, both are expenses. Bills payable is what? What are bills payable?
Sir,
Liability.
Liability. Kya baat? Very good, Halima. Nice. It is a liability. Make it fast, guys. Do it fast. Then we have wages. Wages are what? Wages are basically our expenses. It is an expense. Similarly, advance income. This is a liability. Accrued income is something that is basically income due but not received, right? In the previous class, we have done an accounting equation based on this concept. Accrued income is something, it is a kind of income that is due but we haven't received it yet, right? So accrued income is what? This is our liability or asset or expense or revenue.
liability.
liability?
Accrued income is our liability. Think
No,
carefully.
sorry, asset.
It is our assets.
Yeah, sorry.
Accrued income is basically income which is due, but we haven't received it yet. So income that is due, we have a right upon that income, but we haven't received it yet. So basically this is called, this is an asset. Yeah, what are you asking, Mazen?
Advance income will become liability, right?
Yeah, advance income is a liability, right?
Okay.
Peer, is it clear to you why accrued income is an asset? Do you have any doubt? Peer?
Sir, is it because
Accrued income is what?
because we are
Accrued
receiving the money?
No, we haven't received it yet, but there is a basically income is already due. Income due basically means there is a right to receive income have arise, but we haven't received the income yet, right? So this is a
Okay.
kind of income that we will receive in future. We already have a right on that income, but we haven't received the income yet. So that income is basically called accrued income, or accrued income is a kind of asset. So it will be recorded in the asset side, asset account, sorry.
Okay.
Now we have goodwill. Goodwill, I have already told you in the previous question, goodwill are assets.
Asset.
So it will be recorded in the assets account. Furniture and fixtures are furnitures. Furnitures are basically what?
Asset.
Furnitures are basically assets, right? Assets account. Halima will tell this. Outstanding expenses. Halima, identify this item belongs to which kind of account?
Account.
It's outstanding expenses. Outstanding expenses simply means expenses which is due, but we haven't paid it yet. So the expenses,
Liability.
correct, correct, very good. Expenses which haven't been discharged or paid by us becomes an obligation upon us. It becomes a liability for us. So outstanding expenses are liability. Now capital. Capital
Then
are capital.
Then accrued income will be from others, which is due, and outstanding is for us.
Correct. Outstanding expenses is like there is an obligation upon us, but we haven't discharged the obligation. So it becomes a liability. Expenses what? Expenses basically an obligation, but because we have made the expenses, we have given the salary, wages on time, so it is not considered as a liability. It will always be considered as an expense. But what happens if we do not pay the salary, we do not pay the wages on time? So it becomes an obligation upon us because we haven't discharged our obligation. It is called outstanding expenses, and it will be recorded on the liability side. Capital, what will happen to the capital? It will come under the capital account. All right.
Yes.
Very good. All right, let's check the solution. And can you tell me, everyone, first of all, let me ask Halima only. Halima, what are the, how many items are under the category of assets account? Count and tell me how many are there in the asset according to your solution. How many items you have recorded in the assets account?
Sir, I got plant and machinery, furnitures and fixtures,
Perfect.
goodwill, and accrued income.
Very good. All right, let's check this. Check the solution. We have got plant and machinery, accrued income, goodwill, and furniture and fixtures, right? Now, Peer, you tell me, what are the items under the liability, under the heading of liability, under the liability account?
Sir, bank loan,
And
bills payable,
correct, bills payable,
advance income,
correct.
outstanding expenses.
Okay, so you have got only 4. Let's check out bank loan, bills payable, advance income, outstanding expenses. Correct, very good. So under the capital account, there will be only one item, capital only. In case of revenue, we will record sales and discounts received, right? In case of expenses, we will record rent, carriage inward, carriage outward, purchases, wages. All right, so everyone, this is the solution. Tally your answers. Is it telling or not? Let me know. If there is any differences and you guys have any doubt, you can ask me. Mazen, Peer. Mazen, Peer, Halima, Steve.
So mine is correct.
Okay, yours is correct. Okay. What about the other?
Correct, sir.
Okay. All right, very good. Now we will be discussing, these are few, there are, okay, never mind. Now we will discuss the account format. How do we prepare the account? What account actually look alike? Suppose we are making an asset account, capital account, revenue account, or any kind of account, as this is the format of account. Account basically look like this. There are basically primarily there are 4 columns. There are other columns as well, but we will talk about that later. For the time being, we will basically consider that there are only 4 columns, that is particular amount. All right. So this is how the account look like. whatever the account you prepare, whether it is a cash account, bank account, cash account, bank account, or wages account, or any account you prepare, it will look like this. So see, there are actually two sides to this account. This particular side is called left side, and this is the right side of the account. All right. So particular an amount, this part is basically called left side, and this particular an amount is basically called right side. Okay, guys. Now, left side is basically called debit side, and right side is basically called credit side. What do we call left side? Left side is called debit side
Debit.
of the account is called debit side. Left side of the account is called debit side. Debit side is represented by this sign. Debit side is represented by DR. DR represent debit side. This is debit, sign of debit. Then what is the meaning of debit, sir? Debit simply means left side of any account is called debit. Similarly, this side, right side, is called credit side, and credit is represented by this sign. CR is credit. All right. Now, what is the meaning of credit? Credit means right side of any account. All right, guys. So account basically look like this. This is the format of account. There are 4 columns. Primarily, we make 4 columns. There are other columns as well, but we will be discussing about those in the other session. So primarily, there are 4 columns, and these 2 columns are basically called left side, and these are called right side. Left side is known as debit side. Debit side is represented by the sign DR, and DR basically means left side of any account. This is called credit side. Credit side is indicated by CR sign, and CR simply means credit side of any account. All right, everyone. Is there any doubt?
Yes, sir.
So
No, sir.
what I have told you until now, I have told you that account is basically a summarized. Basically, it shows the transaction, similar transaction at a particular head. All right. Now the question arises, which kind of item, what items are recorded on the debit side of the account, what items are recorded on the credit side? This is the question. We are done. Basically, we are done with the meaning of account. We have also understood what items are recorded in the asset account, expense account, liability account, revenue account, and capital account. We have also understood this. Now the question arises, sir, this is the account you have told us, right? You have also told that there are 2 sides of this account, debit and credit side. Now the question arises, which business transaction or which item is recorded in the left side on the debit side, and what items are recorded on the credit side? So in order to answer this question, we will have to understand the rule of debit and credit. We will have to understand what? We will have to understand the rule of debit and credit to answer that which item will be recorded on the debit side and which will be kept on the credit side of the account. So this is the basically account look like, particular amount. Now the question arises, what kind of items are recorded on the debit side, and when will the item will be recorded on the credit side? All right. Now, so this is the rule. You have to write this down. This is very important, and there is a very high chance that you forgot this as well. So note this down on the on your notebook, and this is going to be very important for you, because in the upcoming question you will have to basically use these rules to decide whether on which side of the account you will be recording any item. So see, there are basically there are 5 rules relating to asset, rules relating to liability, rules relating to revenue, and rules relating to expenses. You will easily learn these rules once you practice questions based on these rules. So initially it will look difficult. You will find this difficult to retain, but as you continue doing more and more questions based on these rules, you will understand the entire concept. So just remember what we are actually concerned for. We are actually concerned that what items will be recorded on the debit and what will be recorded on the credit side. How we will decide that which will be recorded on the debit and credit side. In order to answer that, we will have to understand what we must know the rule of debit and credit. And what are the rule of debit and credit? These are the rules. Rules regarding assets are, listen to me carefully. If there is increase in the value of asset, if there is increase in the value of asset, just a minute. If there is increase in the value of asset, what we will be doing, we will debit the increase. If there is increase in the value of asset, we will debit the account. We will record it on the debit side of the account. If there is decrease in the asset, we will record it on the credit side of the account. There are two sides now. If assets increases, where it will be recorded? Debit side. If asset decreases, it goes to the credit side.
Credit.
In case of which account? In case of assets account. When we prepare the account relating to assets, like we were making account of cash, we were making if we will be making account for, let's say, furniture, machinery, goodwill, or anything. If we are making assets account, then if there is increase in asset, we will record such increase on the debit side. And if there is decrease in the asset, we will record it on the credit side. So let me give you an illustration based on this. Just a minute. Just to make you understand what I'm talking about. I'll give you more time to note this down. Give me a minute just. See, suppose we are making a cash account, all right. So cash is what? So cash is an asset, correct? Cash is an asset, no? So we will make account like this, particular. Then we will have amount. Then there is particular. Then again we have amount. Okay. Tell me, this side is called, this is called which side? This is called, sir, debit side. And this is called credit side.
Credit.
So we will just put DR and CR signs here. Now, suppose if there is inflow of cash in the business, suppose we have sold goods to some person and he have paid us cash. So we have received cash on account of sale. So if there is increase in cash on account of any transaction, increase in cash, it will be recorded where? It will be recorded on the debit side. Right? Suppose we have, let's assume we have received salary in cash. Suppose we receive salary in cash, let's assume. So because there is going to be inflow of cash and overall our assets is going to increase, so we will record it still on the debit side. Now what happens if you make payment? Suppose you are paying interest, suppose you are paying wages, all right, suppose you are purchasing anything and you are paying through cash, so it will reduce the cash, it will reduce your asset. So all of these transactions which reduces your asset, it will be recorded on which side? On the credit side.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah, ask me. If you
don't
have
put date on the.
Yeah, we will also see. Right now you just have to understand that primarily there are 4 columns: particular, amount, but there are other columns as well. That's what I was saying. There is a column of date as well. There is one more column, this is called ledger folio, LF column, and there are other columns as well. So let's discuss about those columns in the upcoming sessions. So for the time being, let's presume that there are only 4 columns. I don't want to make it very complicated for you guys. Just assume for now that there are only 4 columns: particular, amount, 4 columns, and 2 columns are basically left side columns, are known as debit side, and the other 2 columns are called credit side. On the credit side, if we are talking about the assets, if there is increase in asset, what we will do? So we will simply debit the asset account. If there is decrease in asset, what we will do? We will simply credit the asset account. Everybody clear? Peer, Halima, Mazen?
Yes, sir, clear.
Okay.
Sir, I have a doubt for you.
Yeah. Please ask.
So like when we make the account, is it compulsory that we have to draw the ledger folio?
No, this is not mandatory, but this is recommended that you draw this.
Okay, sir.
But this is not mandatory. All right. So what is the rule regarding asset account? There is a rule that says whenever there is increase in the value of asset, we will debit the asset account. Whenever there is decrease in the asset, we will credit the asset account. All right. Similarly, there is a rule regarding liability as well. If liability increases, what do? We will credit the liability account. If liability decreases, what we will do? We will debit the liability account. So you are writing it down, Halima, Peer, please write this down. Do let me know. After this,
Yes, sir.
there is one more slide. You're done with this?
Yeah, I finished.
Yes,
Okay.
sir, completed.
Okay. And Peer, please write this down. Make it
Done,
fast.
sir. Done, sir.
Okay. And Steve, what about you? Steve, are you writing? Steve, are you writing?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So write this down, please. Make it fast. Else you can also take this screenshot for now and complete it after the session.
Sir, you
Steve.
can show the other slide. I'll take the screenshot of that.
Yeah, just a minute. Let Steve finish. Steve, can we proceed further?
Yes, sir. I finished.
Okay. So basically, we are done with the rule of assets and liability. In case of assets, asset increase, debit the asset account. Asset decreases, credit the asset account. Liability, if liability increases, this is just opposite of asset. Increase in liability is credited and decrease in liability is debited. And in case of asset, increase in assets are debited and decrease in assets are credited. All right. In case of revenue, see, revenue is exactly similar with the liability. See, in case of liability, if there is increase in liability, what we were doing? Crediting. If there is decrease in liability, what we were doing? Debiting. Similarly, in case of revenue as well, increase in revenue, credit. Decrease in revenue, debit. So rule of revenue is similar to the rule of liability. Note this down or take the screenshot. Tell me when you are done. Halima, Peer, Mazen,
Sir,
Steve.
done.
Peer, you are still writing?
Done, sir.
Okay. So you are able to relate, no? Revenue is exactly similar to which? Liability, right? And see, expenses are exactly similar to what? Rule of assets. Increase in assets, debited. Decrease in asset, credited. Similarly, expense, increase in expense, debit. Decrease in expense, credit. So revenue is similar to liability. Expenses are similar to assets. Now, capital is also similar to liability. Increase in capital, we will credit. Decrease in capital, we will simply debit this. So this is how various accounts are affected by increase or decrease. And depending upon the rules, account will be credited and debited. So different rule is applicable for different kind of account. In case of asset account, it is very simple. If there is increase in asset, we will debit. If there is decrease in asset, we will credit. But in case of liability, there is just opposite. If there is increase in liability, we will credit. If there is decrease in liability, we will debit. All right. And revenue is similar to basically liability. Expenses are similar to assets, and capital is also similar to liability. So see, based on these concepts, we will be discussing these questions in the upcoming session, and you will only be able to answer these questions once you are basically you remember all of these rules. So make sure to write this down on a single paper separately and try to remember all of these rules, because we will be solving few questions based on these rules. All right. So we will not proceed further in this class. We will be doing the question based on this topic in the next class only. All right, Mazen, Peer, Halima. Do you guys have any doubt
No, sir.
concerning
No,
the
sir.
topics we have covered in today's session? So before ending this session, we will recall everything whatever we have discussed in this class. Then only you can end this session. So in today's session, we have started a new chapter known as rules of debit and credit. And in today's session, we were discussing about accounts. Account is basically a summarized record of transaction at one place. Every similar transaction are recorded at a particular under a particular head that is called account. All right, and accounts can be categorized as modern account. Accounts can be categorized based on two approaches: modern accounting approach and traditional accounting approach. We were basically in today's session we were only discussing about the modern accounting approach, according to which accounts are categorized as assets, liability, expenses, revenue, and capital. Traditionally, accounts have been categorized as personal and impersonal, and there are various categories of personal and impersonal that we will be discussing in the later classes. All right, and after that we have identified the transaction. We have basically identified various items into the various different accounts. And after that we have started this basically we have understood the format of account. And I have told you that there are primarily there are 4 columns in accounts, but there are also other columns: date column, journal folio column, and other columns as well. So for the time being, you just have to remember that there are 4 columns, and this part is basically called left side, and this is called right side. And left side is basically called debit side. Debit is represented by DR, and this is called debit, left side of any account. Credit basically is represented by CR. This is called CR, means right side of any account. All right, so based on this, after that we have also wrote the various rules of debit and credit. Now basically what happens now, whenever you draw the account, there is a question arises: what kind of item or what kind of transaction will be recorded on the debit side, and what kind of transaction will be recorded on the credit side. So in order to simplify the entire concept, we have made the rules that, just to make it simple, always remember that if there is increase in if you are talking about the assets account, and if there is increase in asset, we will simply debit the asset side. If there is decrease in asset, we will simply credit the asset side, assets account. All right, so make sure you remember all of these rules in the next class, or if you are not able to remember, just write it down on a single paper, right? And once we will practice more and more question based on these rules, you will become proficient in these rules. So you just don't have to basically memorize everything. Just practice more and more question based on these concepts. All right, so this is it for today. Mohammed, Mazen, Peer, and Steve, Halima, we will be continuing from this point in the next session. So till then, take care. Do you want to ask any doubt, any question you guys have? Halima, Mazen, Peer, and Steve.
No, sir.
Everything is clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So thank you very much, everyone. Let's meet in the next class. Till then, take care. Bye. We'll see you tomorrow. Inshallah.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Allah